Greetings, users and programs. This is Etari Living Sacrifice playing a game called Kindness. Found this on Tumblr here from Schrodinger's Orgasm. And it sounds like that is also AthenaSylvain, who created this little game that looks a lot like a Zork type, old school text adventure game. So we're going to try this out today. Have a little fun trying something a little old school. So Kindness, a game about truth and knowledge, written by AthenaSylvain, made with twine, contains implied domestic violence, ambiguity, strong language, and feelings of disconnection from reality. And there will be a link of where you can also go to download this on AthenaSylvain.itch.io/kindness. I'll put the link in the description. So let's get on with it. Onwards! You stand at the gates of a long-dead civilization. Why did you come here? I'm assuming she's British, because she spells civilization the old-school way. So, why did you come here? In search of treasure, knowledge, in search of sanctuary. Let's go with knowledge. Knowledge over rubies. You have traveled far, across desert and sea and mountain to reach this place. This civilization was well known for its libraries and centers of learning. The largest of these was said to be the Tower, full of tomes of understanding. However, most of this understand has been lost to the world for a very long time. Looks like there's a little typo. Most of this understanding has been lost. You may find knowledge here. Go through the gates. The archway is old, made of sandy-colored stone that was once resplendent with intricate carvings. Their ghosts are barely visible now, after being eroded away. Standing now with your back to the gate, you can see three places of interest. To the north, you see a path to the town square. To the west, you see a road uphill, leading towards a tall blue tower. To the east, you see a path sloping downwards, with a winding street heading to the river. Where do you wish to go? Blue tower. Let's go for the blue tower. Walking uphill, you can see the blue tower stretching up above you as you climb towards it. Looks tall. A faint light seems to flicker from its peak. Where do you wish to go? Keep going up. Before you stands the tall blue tower. Looking up, you can see the paint is half worn away. It is not as tall as you were expecting either, but it remains the highest point in the city. The entrance to the tower is a small oak door with an iron knocker. My, what knockers. Why, thank you, Doctor. That's a young Frankenstein reference. Every time I hear the word knocker. It looks distorted in its frame. Water leaks out of it, creating a puddle in the street. Where do you wish to go? Into the tower. The bottom floor of the tower, full of stagnant water, it stinks of decay and rot, and reaches up to your knees. Ew! Nasty! The only thing of note is a rusted iron stairway leading upwards to the higher floors. Despite the damage, it seems sturdy enough to hold your weight. Sunlight streams through the doorway, iridescent on the surface of the water. Where do you wish to go? It looks like we came from outside, so we're going to go up the wide iron stairs. A library, so that's nice. They put it in so that we could always go back. That's nice of them. A library flooded to ankle height. Piles of ruined books and clapped shelves litter the floor. There's a narrow set of metal spiral stairs leading further upward. Water flows down them, filling the room. There's a door set into the far wall. Pressing your ear against the door, you can hear frantic, intense whispering. But you can't make out any of the words. There's a small crawl space above the whispering room doorway, and poking out of the alcove is the end of a ladder. It's pretty high up. A set of wide iron stairs lead back down to the lower floors. Where do you wish to go? Up the spiral stairs, try and reach the ladder. Investigate the whispering room. Totally investigate the whispering room. You try to move past the doorframe, but sorrowful, pierceful wails fill your head. You clutch at your temples and scream in unison. Their pain is your pain, and you feel it all. You cannot get through without something to protect you from their malice. Stumble back into the library. You gotta find something that that allows us to be able to handle the whispering screams. So, now Where do we wish to go? Up the spiral stairs, try to reach the ladder. Jumping upwards, you try to grab the ladder, but it's too high up and you splash back down. Trying again, this time you kick off the wall, but it's too slick and wet to give you any friction. You'll need something to help you extend your reach. Alright, well, let's go the only other way we can go, up the spiral stairs. As you ascend to the top of the tall blue tower, the stairs open out into a planetarium. I love planetariums! All around you, glass walls enclose the circular space, giving an unparalleled view of the city below. With your proper vantage point, you can now see a hidden green valley to the north. The planetarium itself is heavily damaged. Metal struts that once held spheres lay broken on the floor, and glass crunches beneath your boots. In the center of the planetarium stands a broken fountain, the source of all the water that's pouring down into the library. Floating above this fountain is a flickering ball of light. Can I click on that? No. It's warm to the touch, but not hot. Every so often, its gentle orange glow dims to gray and then back again. So I'm wondering if there's, like, in the old school games like Zork, you could die. Like, something would actually kill you and it would be game over. I'm wondering if that is possible here. But we'll find out. We're going to pick up the flickering ball of light. The light is about the size of a marble and easily slips into your pocket. It feels reassuringly warm. It will light any darkness that may scare you. How do you feel about your own darkness? I have my own lights that guard me. It's a struggle that I am constantly losing. What a stupid question. I have my own lights that guard me. As you ascend to the top of the tall blue tower, the stairs open out into a planetarium all around you. Okay. The fountain has stopped flowing. The ball of light is gone. Okay. Now, can we investigate the Whispering Room? Nope, not yet. Try and reach the ladder? Nope, not yet. So it looks like we gotta go back down the stairs. Outside, down the tower hall. Looks tall. Let's see here. Let's go back towards the gates. Let's see here. Does it let me see that hidden valley here? I guess not. Not yet. Towards town square or towards the winding street? Let's go to the town square. An empty town square. A small overgrown patch of grass and wildflowers. Once it would have been a maintained lawn used for festivals, town meetings, and other such events. Walking through the tall grasses and flowers is deafeningly quiet. Beyond the square stands a temple, built at the very center of the city. Away from the square is a dirt path that leads back to the gates. Where do you wish to go? Towards the temple, of course. Before you stands a temple, built from sandstone and cedar wood. The architecture is simple and the building is raised on a plateau. There are steps, also made of sandstone, that seem to be the only way to get up there. Broken statues flank either side of the stairway. To either side of the worn steps are the overgrown remnants of once grand gardens. They seem to encircle the temple's raised hill. Away from the temple leads to the town square. Where would you like to do, or what would you like to do? Let's explore the gardens. The gardens, overgrown as they are vibrant and full of life. Pollen hangs heavily in the air like an uncomfortable question during a comfortable conversation. It fills your eyes and chest and mind with the need to be away from it. She's very descriptive. I like this. Between the vegetable patch and the fruit orchard, a stone archway is set into the side of a hill. Close inspection reveals it to be a crypt. Away from the gardens is the stairway that leads up to the temple or back to the gates. Let's see here. Let's go down into the crypt. Using your flickering light to guide you. Oh, so if we didn't have the flickering light, it would have been dark. Maybe we wouldn't have been able to go in there yet. You enter the cramped mausoleum. Coffins line the walls, separated by thick stone platforms upon which the dead are laid to rest. At the back of the room, a casket is separated from the others and set upon the ground. This one has been broken open, and laying across it is another body. The buried is dressed in a white robe, whereas the intruder is dressed in black. Both are as decayed as each other. Behind them is a mural carved into the wall. It shows a scene of a phoenix rising from its former corpse. All around it, faceless figures bow and weep before its previous body. The mural imparts the knowledge of grief. How does grief make you feel? Comforted. I've known it all my life. Worried. I don't like to feel sad. And afraid, the anticipation of sorrow is often worse than the sorrow itself. Consumed, it has a way to take everything away from you all at once. Annoyed, I should be able to get over these things like this quicker. Nothing. I try not to feel anything about it. How does grief make me feel? How does it make you feel? Well, the person I am today versus the person I used to be. Let's go with annoyed. I should be able to get over these things like this quicker. The gardens, overgrown as they are. You have already explored the crypt. What would you like to do? Return to the temple entrance. Let's go into the steps into the temple. On a raised plateau stands the temple. Inside, everything is pristine. There's simple wooden furniture varnished to a shine, benches, chairs, and tables, all of which face the back of the room. A grand statue, chiseled from marble, sits on a golden throne. Behind the statue there is a gate, made from gold also. Off to one side of the room there's a wooden panel set into the floor, with a heavy iron ring set into it. On the west side of the room there's a modest shrine, which seems to be a wood carving of several people. The way out of the temple is through the double doors back down the stairs. Examine the statue, examine the shrine, try to open the cellar door. Let's examine the statue. Stepping up towards the statue, you hear a voice in your head. It's deep and genderless, and rings in your mind like the aftermath of a thunderclap. Welcome, traveler. You have come from far away in search of knowledge. Sorry, I don't know if I can sound genderless. And knowledge you have found, though perhaps you may not mean to find knowledge. The statue is unmoving, unyielding, and unlike anything you have ever felt. Regardless of your reason, here you stand. Come now, allow me to judge if you're worthy to pass. I don't know how genderless sounds, but hopefully that's close enough. Allow yourself to be judged! There is a long pause as the statue stares intently at you with unblinking stone eyes. Then it speaks again. Sadly, you lack the necessary tools to pass. Head back into the temple. Let's examine the shrine. At the center of the circular shrine stands a statue carved from a single block of dark wood. It depicts about 20 human-shaped figures holding onto each other in an eternal embrace. Heads rest on shoulders, hands rest on backs. Their legs and feet disappear into the base. Many become one. At the foot of the shrine lay some long dead flowers beneath a brass plaque. Wrapped around the shoulders of one of the wooden figures is a cloak, a patchwork quilt made of almost hundreds of tiny patches, each sewn by a different hand. On the inside of the cloak, it describes how it shall protect the wearer from evil by drawing upon the grace of those that love them. Pick up the tapestry. You pick up the draped fabric, and as you do, you realize that all these small patches form a heavy cloak. Wrapping it around your shoulders and instantly feel a sense of warmth and safety wash over you, as if embraced by thousands of people at once. You have picked up the warding cloak. It will protect you from harm. We keep you safe. How do you feel about people hugging you? It's an enjoyable experience. Alright, let's inspect the plaque. Time has erased many of the words scribed onto it, but from what you can make out, it reads, "And our love shall hold our world together." Back to the shrine. Let's go back to the main hall. Let's see if the statue will let me be judged now. Nope, not yet. Try to open the cellar door. Trying to pull the door to the cellar open yields no results. The heavy oak panel refusing to budge more than a whisper. You're going to need something to help prise it open. I think it means pry it open. Head back outside. I've done all that. Head back to the town square. Let's go back to the gates. Let's go back to the blue tower. I think we can probably go to that whispering room now. Let's see here. Enter the room of whispers. Yes, pulling the hood of the warding cloak low over your brow, you furtively enter the well-lit room. You can still hear the whispering as you pass through the doorway. Without your protective garment, you know that your mind would be filled with their agony. Looking around, you see many paintings hanging onto the walls. hanging on the walls, each depicting beautifully evoked environmental studies. Depictions of deserts and hills and grasslands and mountains, but none of them have any illustration of people in them, except for the painting at the far end of the room. Hung above an altar covered in lit candles and bowls of scented oils, the painting shows a naked figure, hunched over and clutching a book. On closer examination, the figure is both weeping and smiling at once. The painting imparts a piece of knowledge of deceit. How do you feel about your deceit? I have deceived in order to protect other people. I have deceived in order to protect myself. Lying is all I know how to do. I hate liars. It doesn't matter how I feel. It'll happen anyway. I don't want to answer this. It doesn't matter how I feel. It'll happen anyway. Alright. Use the spiral stairs. I don't think we can reach the ladder yet. Nope. Let's go back down the stairs. Outside. Down the hill. To the gates. I think we've done everything we can at the temple. So, let's go towards the winding streets. Lots of twisting streets, crisscrossing each other, snaking and turning into coils and strands. Tall buildings hang overhead, with no real entrances or exits to any of them. If you take your time to navigate, it takes you time to navigate, but you have time. The general directions of this labyrinth guide you towards the residential district, or towards the gates of the city. Where do you wish to go? Towards the houses. A long residential street filled with the burnt husks of many houses and homes. Ash covers the cobblestone, and you kick up clouds of it with every step you take. Charred wood, blackened stone, and piles of dust is all to find here. Except for one house at the end of the street, it's entirely untouched by flame. Made of dried wood and thatch, its door hangs limply from one hinge. There is an ominous air about the place. Beyond that house, the thoroughfare opens up towards the market. Heading the other way will take you back through the winding streets towards the gates. Alright, so towards the market, let's go into the unburnt house. The unburnt. You stand in the hallway of the unburnt house. The walls are painted, but it's hard to tell what color. The floorboards move slightly as you walk on them, but they never creak or make a sound. At the end of the hall lies the kitchen, beyond a half-open door. There's a narrow wooden staircase leading up to the second floor. The second floor is shrouded in darkness. By the door, there is a bowl full of water and a pile of hay. There is a door that shuts itself behind you. Light filters out from beneath it. It leads back outside. So did the door shut behind me? But I can still go back out. Okay. Let's investigate the kitchen. In the kitchen, you find a worn dining table, hanging pans and cooking utensils and dried herbs, and a cooking hearth at the back of the room. There is a bronze cooking pot hanging over it. The table has only 2 chairs. You find a body lying on the floor beside the fireplace. Man, there's a lot of bodies lying around here. Around its head is a faded pink headscarf. In one hand, it holds a ladle, made of the same bronze as the cooking pot. In the other hand, it holds onto a smaller body by the wrist. The smaller body is about half the size of the other one, and around its head is tied an identical faded pink headscarf. Clutched in its awkward grasp is a recipe book. On the cover is printed, "How to Feed Your Family Happy." How to Feed Your Family Happy, in faded handwriting. The cookbook imparts to you the knowledge of cruelty. How does cruelty make me feel? How does the cookbook, How to Feed Your Family Happy, impart the knowledge of cruelty? And I don't know if it means happy family. I think it really does mean family happy. It's kind of like a play on words. How to make your family happy through food. Food makes me happy. For sure. Sometimes I feel I deserve it from my own shortcomings. There is never an excuse to be cruel, and those who seek to enact it are evil. I wish people would stop. Sometimes cruelty must be enacted in order to improve ourselves. I know myself to be a cruel person. We've all been cruel, accidentally or not. Ain't that the truth? Alright, let's go to the second floor. Using the flickering light to guide your way, you explore the dingy second floor of the unburnt house. You do not find the body of an animal up here. You do not find the body of an animal up here. I wonder why she felt the need to mention that. There is no furniture, and it's dark and damp and unclean. You do find a small body slumped against a wall. Clutched in its manacled hands is a fairy tale book about a child going on a treacherous journey away from home. The fairy tale imparts to you the knowledge of jealousy. I think I know what manacled means. I think it means tied, fetter, or with manacles. Chain. Yes, handcuffs. That's the word I was looking for. Handcuffs. How does jealousy make you feel? I have often wished I were more like something or someone else. It lets me know what I want to achieve. I like it when people are jealous of me, even if I feel guilty for that. If people are jealous of me, I feel like I am fooling them. Jealousy is shameful. You should be proud of who you are. I have no interest in it. I like this answer. It lets me know what I want to achieve. That's a good... I like that. Very insightful. Very insightful, Athena. Alright, let's go back outside. Let's go towards the market. The market would have once been a bustling place of commerce, picturesque in its location, river next to the river. You can almost imagine the sights and smells as fresh fish and spices were hauled from merchant ships and sold to a thriving people. Now, though, the market lies in ruins. Stalls shattered to pieces, piles of rotten ruin where once was life and joy and baskets of fruit. There is nothing of value to be found here anymore. Past the market, you can see what would have been docks, running alongside the dried-up river. Back through the market, you can make your way to the residential area. Where do you wish to go? The only way we can. By now, the dried-up river stands on a bank of docks. Once gulls would have cried overhead as ships laden with goods and wealth sailed into this humble port. Now, frayed ropes dangle into dust and dirt and stillness, without an echo of water or movement. Only one boat is moored here. Away from the river lies the marketplace. Where do you wish to go? Let's investigate the boat. The boat! You see a small wooden sailing boat moored to the dock, resting in the now dry riverbed. The oars have been snapped and cast aside, and the main mast has broken and lies further down the bank, tattered sail and ropes attached. Curiously, the boat is half filled with water. You see a rusted sword lying in the puddle on the deck of the boat. What would you like to do? Well, pick up the sword, of course. You pick up the sword, old, worn, dull, and rusted. This sword has long since outlived its days of battle. Holding it, the hilt fits perfectly in your grasp. How does its weight feel in your hand? Familiar. I have used violence to my own ends before. Awkward. I do not like to hurt people. Nothing. This is just an instrument. I do not like to hurt people. Alright. Head back to the docks. Head back to the market. Residential area. I think I've explored the unburnt house. Back to the gates. Let's go back to the town square. And see if I can prize open. Well, let's see the statue first. Allow myself to be judged. There's a long pause as the statue stares intently at you with unblinking stone eyes. Then it speaks again. You have the tools required to learn the truth. Now let us see of your knowledge. So far you have learned the knowledge of deceit, the knowledge of grief, the knowledge of jealousy, the knowledge of cruelty. It looks like we might have 1, 2, 3 that we still need. Be warned, friend. You need to arm yourself with more knowledge before heading towards the palace. Only then will you discover each of their truths. This place can teach you 6 pieces of knowledge. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if we can open the door. Shoving the rusted sword under the trapdoor, you manage to prise it open. Descending down into the cellar, your way is lit from above through the open hatch. The air down here is cool and still. Around the room, heavy barrels stack onto themselves threefold, reaching the ceiling. Each lid is stamped with grape and vintage. A wine cellar. Back at the back of the room, lying against one of these barrels, is a body, wearing a robe of gray cloth. The hood and front are stained purple. Clutched in one hand is a simple wooden bowl, and in the other is a book wrapped in animal hide. The book imparts the knowledge of neglect. How does knowledge How does neglect make you feel? Expectant, why would anyone care anyway? Guilty, there are important things I have not attended to before. Angry, it's like I wasn't even real to them sometimes. Dismissive, I'll get to it when I get to it. Anxious, is there something I've forgotten to do? Nothing, why would this matter? Sometimes I feel anxious. Let's try that. Alright, so we've pried that open. I think... Let's see, let's go to the gardens. We've already explored the crypt. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a 6th one. I'm missing one. Oh, it looks like I can pull down the ladder now. Using the sword to extend your reach, you pull down the ladder. As you ascend into the crawl space, the scent of rot reaches you. Up here it is dark and cramped and musty. The only thing here is a corpse, slumped against the wall. Dust clings to skin, skin clings to bone, and clothes hang off its shriveled frame. This must be, we don't know what the backstory of this is yet, but I'm assuming that like some cataclysm happened to this civilization, and you know, we're here investigating it. When you touch it, it feels sickeningly dry. Once your eyes adjust to the light, you can see how the bones have broken, poking out of the skin. How the skin is flecked with bruises and cuts. The head is missing its jaw. Clutched in its broken, mummified hands is a book. The book imparts the knowledge of anger. How does anger make you feel? I feel that I direct anger at things that don't matter. I feel like I don't allow myself to direct anger even when I should. Anger makes me feel powerful. Anger makes me feel weak, like I've given in. Anger feels pointless. Why bother? Why does this matter? Anger makes me feel weak, like I've given in. Alright, so now let's try to go back to the town square and see if the statue will judge us. This place teaches you 6 pieces of knowledge. Alright, you have gathered all the knowledge that this long-dead civilization has to offer. Come, read the tattoos upon my face so you may know our final knowledge, and perhaps within the palace you shall too know its truth. Examine the statue's face. The statue leans down, so its imposing stone face hangs directly over yours. Scratched into the face are markings chiseled into the surface like tattoos or brands. The statue imparts the knowledge of kindness. We shall discover how you feel about kindness soon enough, traveler. Okay. Alright, continue to the palace. Let's see here. We have nothing more to teach you. Pass so you may learn of the truth. Behind the statue, the golden gates swing open, and beyond them you see a tunnel that descends deep underground. At the end of this tunnel, you shall find the palace. You walk through the gates. In one hand you hold the flickering light, in the other hand you hold the rusted sword. Around your shoulders is draped the warding cloak. You make your way forward into the unknown. Onward! Uh-oh. ... Can we stop for a moment? Just while it's you and me? It's a long tunnel, and I know you're on your way to the palace, but I think I need to talk about my feelings. Is that okay? Of course, I'm here for you. I've got a lot on my plate right now. No, this story is for me. I mean, we're walking. What could it hurt? Okay, I'm here for you. Thank you so much. I've been having these feelings lately, like I'm just not cut out to do this, you know? Some of the words don't fit too well, and the placement can be a bit sketchy in places. I don't know, just it'd be nice to hear what you think so far. If it isn't too much trouble, what do you think so far? So just so you know, Athena, everyone feels like they're just not cut out for it sometimes. You are not alone, my friend. I've liked it. I'm enjoying it. That's really kind of you to say. This is sort of my first one. And yeah, it might not be perfect. It's fine. No, I mean, it's a game. It looks like you've been doing it on your own. There's normal, things like typos and stuff like that everybody who's doing it on their own with that doesn't have somebody to like double and triple a whole team behind them. That's normal. You make mistakes just like everybody else. You don't have to call it fine. Fine will do. Let's get back to you. Where were we? I was heading towards the palace. We were heading towards the palace. Yes, let's head towards the palace together. Thank you. That means a lot. Let's go. After what feels like eons, the passage opens up. Loamy earth becomes grassy field, and the cool, comforting embrace of the dark bowing before the brilliant heat and terrifying majesty of the sun. Here is where the tunnel ends. You find yourself in a grassy valley. You can hear wind and birdsong, but the grass is still, and there are no signs of life beyond those sounds. A small mud hut stands at the center of this place. Off to the left of it, a stone well full of water. High above the long-dead civilization's great buildings almost cast a shadow across the dome. None of them quite reach it. What would you like to do? Let's go to the well. Your fingers grip onto the side of the well. It's full of clear, clean water. And you can see your reflection in the still surface. What do? Drink from the well with cupped hands, splash the water and leave. You don't need to see your reflection. Leave it be. Let's leave it be. That's probably for the best. It might not be as clean as it looks, right? Sure. I can change my mind, though. Let's leave it be. For now, look at the mud hut. Before you stands a dome, sculpted from mud and supported by woven sticks. The earth has been baked solid by the sun, and the entranceway holds no door nor barrier of any kind. Scratched into the mud with a knife, someone has written the word palace in a language you cannot read. Then how did we know it was the word palace? From within you feel something powerful. Maybe this isn't the best idea. What if you get hurt? I mean, is it really worth it? The truth or whatever? Look, it's your call, but just be careful, okay? What would you like to do? Enter the palace? We're here for adventure. Nary what may come. Ah, hello there, traveler. Welcome to my palace. I am that which you have sought. Please, try to remain calm. It is just you and me now. The voice in your head, she can't hear you anymore. You've come here to ask of truths and knowledge, yes? Where am I? Who are you? Where did she go? What do you mean? How are you doing this? Am I dead? Are you a god? Where did she go? Ah, I almost forgot how much you and your friends like to ask questions. And there are many of them, aren't there? Let's see, child. What knowledge have you brought with you, Traveler, where are you? I can't see you anymore. This is awesome. This is such a good idea of how to show this information, to show that she's like kind of still with us, but still in the room, but she can't see us. You have discovered knowledge of deceit. Truly one of humanity's greatest sins. To lie is awful, but lying is not the only way you have learned to deceive, is it? It tastes like copper in my mouth. You have discovered the knowledge of anger. To give into such a base emotion, to besmirch yourself at the hands of your own beastly nature, revolting. You have discovered the knowledge of grief, as if sadness and weeping will bring back the dead, or those who have left you to die. There is no solace to be found, only shame. You have discovered the knowledge of neglect. Thoroughly vile creatures you are. You have discovered the knowledge of cruelty. All too often, your kind will hurt and kill each other just to see the look on the sufferer's face. How hateful. You have discovered the knowledge of jealousy. Seeking after that which you do not have is vile. It disgusts me to my stomach. Traveler, I'm scared. I'm impressed. You somehow managed to gather all knowledge. Come, sit by my side as my equal, for I shall share with you equal truth. You're forgetting one piece of knowledge. Kindness. What? What the fuck? No. Fuck! Be careful. I'm going to kill that goddamn statue and that bitch who calls herself Truth. But first I will deal with you. You think yourself brave or just something, but all that knowledge in your head, where do you think it came from? It's mine, and now I will take it back from you. Look beyond what it takes from you. Deceive it for the fool it is, be cruel to it for its misdeeds, embrace your anger, give in to jealousy of its power, breakdown and grief, neglect its existence, perhaps it will forget it is real. You can't see where it is. I wonder if there's another choice. Light! Yes! You see it, and it is nothing. You are staring into it, right in its face, and there's nothing to see, but it is still there. I got some chills there. Holy crap! You feel it. It is a hard feeling to understand. It screeches loud, painful nothingness as you bring your flickering light closer to it. You are still inside the palace, and you are still afraid. Ward! With a flourish, the warding cloak wraps around your shoulders. Knives you didn't realize were there are immediately banished from your mind. You are not afraid anymore. The knowledge stands before you. Sword! You draw your rusted sword. The knowledge is scared. The knowledge does not want to die. 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 I don't want to die. Teach the knowledge kindness. The traveler imparts the knowledge of kindness as they have learned that the traveler imparts the knowledge, the kindness. Okay, the traveler imparts to the knowledge the kindness they have learned on their journey. This confuses the knowledge. There is a long pause. After a while, the knowledge says this. I have a lot to think about. Go, please. You're both free now. Head back outside with truth. You head outside. Though you cannot see me or truly know who I am, I can tell you a few things. To start with, my name is Truth. That being's name was Knowledge. These names are different from what you call truth and knowledge. I'm sure you have many questions. I can try to answer a few of them for you. Once it's done, I'm afraid we must say goodbye. Where am I? Are you gods? Am I dead? Let's see here. Are you gods? Oh no, we are simple beings named Truth and Knowledge. This is not a story of faith. Where am I? I'm not sure. All I can tell you is that once this was a city, and now it is long dead. Am I dead? Traveler, no. Feel your breath. Listen to your heartbeat. You are as alive as you can be. Love this. That's all the questions for now. Very well. I suppose we should bring this to a close. Firstly, thank you so much. You have done so well, and I owe you everything. I brought you here, yes, but you brought us both back, and for that you should be proud. You truly know of kindness. Traveler, I am afraid I must take all of your knowledge away from you. I hope that you do not miss it. In exchange, I might grant you one wish. What can I do for you? Can you let me move forward? Can you forgive me? Can you help me get better? Can you make me forget? Can you put an end to it? Can you leave me be? Let's see here. Get better or move forward? I like the keep moving forward. That is our anthem. Let's move forward. Can you let me move forward? Traveler, you're already moving forward. Every step is yet another towards a bright dawn. You are doing so well, and I am so proud of you. So is my creator, I'm sure. Otherwise, she wouldn't have sent you on this journey to begin with. Both of us love you very much, and we will try out best to be behind you every step of the way. You already have the power to move forward. This is your truth. End. This is the end, traveler. Again, I thank you and wish you luck on your travels. I have a final parting gift for you. It is a blessing. Be safe, be brave, and know that you are loved. Goodbye, Truth. Goodbye, and I thank you for using my name. I chose it myself. Wow, I got chills, Athena. I got chills playing this game. Thank you so much for making this. This was a cool little throwback to my early childhood days playing old games. I ain't that old, you know. Hi, Athena here. Thank you very much for playing my game. I made this to prove I could finish something, and now you're here, and you can see I have as well. Many thanks to Gary Kings for pushing me to do this and just generally being an inspiration. It's always nice to have friends who inspire you to want to do things and finish them and complete them and believe in yourself. Thanks to all my friends who are helping me test it and make it better. If you have any feedback, please let me know via ... Goodbye and thanks. So, I think that's as far as we can go without starting all over again. So, Athena, thank you for letting us play your game. Like I said, I got chills. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And I hope all of you watching did as well. As always, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. And remember to keep moving forward!